Now, sponsored by MDH Foundation Repair, redefining the foundation repair experience. Your forecast first on WKRG News 5 at 5.
All right, very good afternoon. Here's a live look outside from our Roof Doctor's camera downtown Mobile. Actually starting to see the cloud cover break up. A bit of sunshine now making its appearance. 74, partly cloudy skies expected by 8 p.m. Over to Daphne Infirmary East we go. It's our BLP Mobile Paints camera this evening, around 77. And look at the surf continuing to build. Those waves are crashing onto the Henderson Beach Resort in Destin with a temperature of 76 later this evening. Got the very latest on Hurricane Helene, the latest track. And again, where this major hurricane is expected to make landfall in the next few hours. We'll have that for you as WKRG News 5 at 5 starts right now.
Straight ahead, Helene is now a Category 3 hurricane. What we can expect as the storm approaches landfall and the current conditions on the ground.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for News 5. I'm Peter Albrecht.
And I'm Devin Walsh. We're glad you're with us. All eyes are on the Gulf as Hurricane Helene makes its way toward shore. The storm is set to directly impact Florida's Big Bend area.
Kristen Curry is joining us live now from Tallahassee. And Kristen, I know you're about 30 miles inland there, but the conditions are already starting to deteriorate.
Yeah, good to be with y'all. And I will tell you, slowly we're starting to see the rain pick up. We're slowly starting to notice the wind a little bit more. But with this storm moving at us at over 20 miles per hour and a very large storm at that, we do anticipate these heavier rain bands to start to come on shore and affect us here in Tallahassee. Now, there are a lot of people still here, and you can still see, unfortunately, still quite a bit of traffic. I think people just trying to get to their safe spot as we do brace for several inches of rain. The flooding, the inland flooding, is going to be significant. I mean, this area has seen 7 inches of rain, more than normal for this time of year by year to date. So the ground is saturated. There's nowhere for this rain to go once it does fall. And you know, it's just, you feel it. You feel this atmosphere just ready to go and ready to explode. It is so humid out here and still pretty warm too. So we're just going to be monitoring these conditions, trying to get the information out for friends and family in the area.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Hurricane Helene is a Category 3 storm. As we mentioned, a major hurricane. It's forecast to get stronger, reaching Category 4 status before it makes landfall between 7 and 10 o'clock tonight.
Chief Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth joining us now. And Ed, what impacts can we expect at ground zero and then here on our stretch of the Gulf Coast?
Well, quick answer for our stretch of the Gulf Coast, minimal impacts. We've been seeing the wave heights increase. We may get some wind gusts this evening close to tropical storm strength, but it's going to be nothing like what our friends across Florida's Big Bend are dealing with this very impressive hurricane, which has been undergoing rapid intensification today. The eye wall has really started to come together and consolidate, and the winds have just been increasing and increasing, now still blowing at 125 or 120 mile per hour winds. That actually just changed here from the advisory now at 5 p.m. So 120, pressure's down to 950 millibars. No aircraft is about to make a pass through this storm, so we may see that adjusted here, but again, not too far away from making landfall now. Strong Category 3, possible Category 4 as it comes ashore along Florida's Big Bend. The track has now shifted just to the east a little bit here, so Tallahassee may get on the western eye wall. Areas to the east, Perry and all those, especially those boat communities, they're going to be hit quite hard with this, with that impressive storm surge around 15 to 20 feet in some areas. But because of the fast movement of this, look at this, still a Cat 2 as it moves into south central Georgia. And we could still get hurricane force winds as far inland as Atlanta before the storm starts to weaken and will become a massive rainmaker over the mountainous terrain there over the Blue Ridge as you head into North Carolina and the upstate of South Carolina. So here's a look at our weather predictor showing that eye wall coming ashore tonight, again just to the east there of Alligator Point, and then continuing to move inland, spreading all of that strong wind all the way through those central Georgia communities. Now on the back side of this, we are going to dry out quickly. In fact, you already saw some sun from our cameras. We're going to clear out completely tonight, going to set the stage for some nice weather ahead. We'll talk a little bit more about those wind and wave impacts, when I anticipate the waves to die down in just a few minutes.
Ed. Our team coverage continues on Seagrove Beach in Walton County. That's where we find meteorologist Grant Skinner in the weather beast this evening. All
right, Grant, you're there at that beautiful area on 30A. How are things looking there right now?
You know, I'll say over the past 15 to 20 minutes, the wind gusts have started to pick up. When we first got here, it really wasn't bad, just some nuisance rain and some scattered cloud cover. But over the past 15 to 20 minutes, that's really changed. I've been checking with the weather beast frequently to kind of get an idea of the wind speeds we're seeing here. Right now, gusts aren't strong, probably around 15 to 20 miles per hour, but they will continue to pick up throughout the course of this evening, especially as that center of the storm starts to move inland over the next several hours. Take a look offshore, though. Look at this surf. This surf is really rough. That storm is really churning up the waters out in the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to continue to see rough surf throughout the rest of this evening, and that will linger into tomorrow, even as the storm moves out. Now, conditions will be nice here in Seagrove and other areas in northwest Florida once this can finally make its way inland, but the surf will remain rough. Those beaches are really churned up right now thanks to Helene gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, as the waves continue to kick up, make sure to stay out of the water. Most folks have been staying out of the water. The beach is actually very quiet now. About 20 or 30 minutes ago, there were a lot of folks kind of just walking along the beach, but now not seeing as much of that now. I mean, the winds have just really picked up, especially along the immediate coastline. And then the surf is just way too rough to be in the water, so folks are heeding that warning and kind of just staying indoors. Again, of course, here we have tropical storm warnings in place, so winds are going to be stronger into this evening, 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts, and of course heavy rainfall along bands of showers and storms that move into this area thanks to Helene moving inland off to the east in parts of the Big Bend. So here, of course, rainfall still expected, but rough surf's the main concern for now. We'll see things clear up into tomorrow after Helene makes its way inland. Reporting live from Seagrove Beach along the coastline in northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner, WKRG News 5.
All right, thank you, Grant. A shelter is now open at the Defuniak Springs Community Center. It's pet-friendly and can accommodate people with special needs. There are currently no evacuation orders for Walton County residents.
WKRG News 5's Darius McCormick is on Okaloosa Island, where we have seen some scattered showers ahead of the landfall.
Darius, certainly not the best beach day, but I know you've seen some people out there, and you're seeing some folks actually getting out of the storm and coming west to where you are.
Yeah, unlike Grant, we have a lot of people on Okaloosa Island. Some beachgoers are even braving the water. The flags on the beach are red, but that's not stopping a few beachgoers from braving the beach and even the water. Some even came way from Pensacola to see the waves. But one beachgoer says people should still be afraid of these conditions.
There's nothing we can really do about weather. It's going to do whatever it wants to do regardless. So if it comes over to us, like, everybody that's scared should be scared. Like, I'm not invalidating that. Like, it's a scary situation to be in, to have a hurricane coming towards our state.
While the weather is calm at the moment, we're still keeping an eye out for those stronger winds and additional rain here in Okaloosa County. But right now in Destin, I'm Darius McCormick, WKRG News 5.
Thanks, Darius. Let's move to Pensacola Beach. We've seen some rough surf and some strong wind gusts. WKRG News 5's Alexa Daly joins us there now.
And Alexa, you've run into some evacuees as well who've traveled from near the Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And luckily, that strong wind and high surf is about all we're seeing, as Helene is expected to make landfall to our east. Double red flags are flying over Pensacola Beach, and some surfers were out taking advantage of that high surf that's kicked up in the Gulf. I spoke with some folks outside of a Gulf Breeze hotel earlier who traveled to our area to escape areas that could potentially be hit by Helene.
We took a direct hit. The eye came right over our home, our area, our little town, and just destroyed everything. And so after that, we decided, you know, we're not riding another one out. We'll just go ahead and take precaution and leave.
Again, what we'll be seeing in our area is some rain, gusty winds, and that rough surf. And as you can see, there are some people out on Pensacola Beach strolling behind me, taking a look at that high surf as those double red flags. Live on Pensacola Beach, Alexa Daly, I'll toss it back to you, Pete and Devin.
Thanks, Alexa. Make sure you have our free WKRG weather app to stay up to date with Helene and future severe weather events.